Hello. I bet you all are getting a little sick of watching these videos. I hope you're watching them. I do them to kind of help you know where we are in the semester. I hope everyone has found their way back into Canvas so that you're still with me. I can look at the last time that you log on to Canvas for every one of you, and I'm a little concerned. I would say 1/3 of my students from 2 classes haven't logged on since before spring break. So I'm going to start making phone calls because we've come too far for you just to slough off this part. All right, this week, chapter 6 in the book, and it is on reasoning errors. Now, I've been kind of interested because in some of your other responses for other assignments, some of you have even mentioned fallacies, which is, that's what we call those reasoning errors. They sound good. There's 2 types. Ones that don't provide any support whatsoever. They sound good and they sound logical. But if you really question them, there's no support. They don't say a thing. It's just a bunch of words. The other one are fallacies that distract the reader from the real issue. Children and politicians. I always talk about these 2 groups. Politicians and children know how to do those. They know exactly how to divert your attention away from the issue, and all of a sudden, you're talking about something else. Think of a child that gets in trouble. I'll give you an example of my son when he was little. We lived kind of out in the country. It was a housing addition, but it was out. There was a stream, and there was behind my house with a field of cows, this type of thing. And he and his little friend would just go everywhere, and he would bring these, I don't mean a stick, I mean like a limb off of a tree that had fallen down by the creek. He would drag these things in the house, and I would say, "Get that stick out of the house. What are you doing?" And he would go, "Duh. It's from Star Trek. This is a beam. I'm getting rid of da-da-da." And I would think, oh, how creative he is. See what he did to me? I was upset with him for having the stick in the house, the big limb in the house, to wave around. And he was so creative, me thinking, oh, he's so creative. Look at his imagination. So I forgot about the stick being in the house. Children, politicians. Politicians are notorious for not answering the questions that are given. Think about debates. They don't really answer the questions. They distract you. Someone asked a politician about a new tax law. And instead of him responding to that, he says, oh, but I would never raise taxes on the people because da-da-da-da-da. Well, right there, he's distracted your attention from the real issue. So this week, I have seen some of you use the slippery slope, the bandwagon, jumping on the bandwagon. Everybody else is doing it, so I should too. Slippery slope, well, if we do that, then by golly, if gas keeps going up a gallon, well, what are they going to do now? Next it'll be eggs are $3 a carton and milk is $5 a gallon. Slippery slope. This happens and these things are going to happen. There's a lot in this chapter, a lot. There is a PowerPoint. Excuse me. There's a PowerPoint. Watch that PowerPoint to help you do the activity, to help you understand. Use the PowerPoint for the, I think it is the study guide and the activity. That will help you enormously. So watch that PowerPoint as you do those to fill those out. and it helps explain the chapter. It's kind of a shortened version of the chapter. The chapter has a lot more examples, but PowerPoint's really good for this week. We will spend really 2 weeks on chapter 6. We spent 2 weeks on chapter 5, but this is 2 weeks on chapter 6. So what you do this week is going to help you for next week. This is part 3 of the novel. I hope you're enjoying it. I've tried to make every activity a little different for each of the 4 parts. And then once next week comes along, you'll do part 4, and then there's a novel writing activity. And then the following week, it's basically about the novel, to finish up the novel. There's a test, quiz, there's a project for you to do, but you'll get a video about all that next week. So I just stay with me, let's get this semester done. I will tell you that I don't feel like we can try to cram this in since we missed a week. So I have asked for a week's extension so that you have plenty of time to do the final. The final is a written activity, and I don't want to rush you on the final. So I'm going to add another week to this semester, which will make it over by the 21st of May instead of the 14th, so that you have that weekend to finish up your final paper for me. But we'll talk about that more. We're all from home, so what difference does it make? You know, I'll give you a week to do that assignment, not like open on Monday, due on Friday, but I'll give it to you the end of that week so that you have plenty of time to write your paper, because there are several videos that go with it, articles to read that goes with it. I'm going to give you the research to use to write your paper. Okay, but that's a few weeks away. So any questions, please call me. Call me. You've got my number, or text me, or FaceTime me. I just want everyone to be successful and for you to get through this semester. Okay, talk later. Bye. I have to find the stop button.